In this interview, I interview Alex Ikonn, the man behind Luxy Hair. We talk about how to make money on YouTube and QVCA right now. What's up, guys? I got Alex Ikonn here, YouTuber, business developer, entrepreneur, ideas man. I've watched his videos. He's actually married to another YouTuber, Mimi Ikonn of Luxy Hair.
Hey, Mimi.
So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You and I have talked many times. You know, we have very similar lives, and I knew that you would be able to give a lot of advice, and even just sharing your story, inspire people, our viewers, to look at YouTube and use it in a way that would really benefit their passion, right? Their purpose in life. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it was good to be here.
Could you real quick share with the audience your story and where you're at today from when you started Luxy Hair?
Well, I think it all started when I got fired. I think that's where it all really starts.
Blessing in disguise.
A lot of people don't believe that. The day when I got fired, I thought it was the worst day of my life. I'm that's it, because I was working for a big bank in Canada, and I wanted to be like a director of the bank and be in banking, but that all got crushed down. And I think that's where it really started, because right then I realized that 9 to 5 in corporate is really not for me, because I'm like, I don't want to be owned.
Yeah.
And I realized that in corporate, a lot, not all corporate, but so many corporate, you're just looked at like a number.
Yeah.
And I believe today, in today's world, you really have to own your own future. You have to own your own kind of just life in general. Whether it be that is being an entrepreneur, having your own business, or working with like-minded people, which I think is so important. Mimi, my wife, at that time, I believe, no, we weren't married. We were not married yet. We were just engaged.
Not married.
Right, not married yet. And then we kind of realized, okay, we want to do something together. We want to create something together to create freedom in our lives.
Yeah.
So then we looked at YouTube as really this platform that was this is 2010, so this is like almost 6 years ago.
And this is when we started as well, too.
Exactly, so 6 years ago, we were like, whoa, like YouTube is really kind of I really saw it as a platform, really the next media channel. Yeah. And that's what it's really already becoming, and that's what we're part of, which is incredible. But we knew that it's not just about YouTube. Right from the beginning, we knew that we have to have some sort of a business, because what we really believe in, especially Mimi and I, is that to kind of control your own destiny. And a lot of times, even what's happening now in the YouTube world is with a lot of sponsorships. So right off the bat, we kind of looked ahead of the curve and said, we have to have our own product, our own business, so that we don't have to depend on anybody else. And we kind of use YouTube as this leverage in order to be able to kind of, have our own business, have our own product, and move that.
Yeah, and Mimi was, correct me if I'm wrong, she was already creating videos, right, at that point?
The videos and the business came together as one. So so a lot of people don't know that.
That's a lot of foresight there.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that, because what happened was Mimi was actually, we were gonna get married. So this was exactly almost 6 years ago in March, and she was looking for hair extensions for the wedding.
Yep.
I was just looking for a business idea.
Yeah.
And she came home one night, she was disappointed, and she's like, these hair extensions suck, I spent like $100 something and they're not even good. And I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? What are hair extensions? Because I didn't even know what the hair extensions are. And then she told me about it. She told me, well, this is like clipping hair extensions. You put them in so you have more volume, whatever. She explained the product. Then she showed me a few videos of girls on YouTube. And I'm like, holy crap, like this product, like it actually, there's emotion behind it. And there's this is another tip right now for you listening in between, is that it's very important to pick a product that has very high emotional impact. And
hair extensions affects the beauty of a female, obviously.
But not even the beauty. It's really a feeling. So what I realized then is, like, as a man, we may hair doesn't really matter, right? But even for a man, if you lose your hair, it's gonna affect the way you feel.
Yeah.
And the same thing about women, because the thing is, it's not just really just a beauty thing. A lot of times, a lot of even women, they have thinning hair, or they don't have as much hair. So I saw really the opportunity to really it's a way bigger kind of opportunity and a really great product. That's how it really all started. And of course, Layla, Mimi's sister, was in the same room, because Mimi was actually complaining to Layla, her sister. And I was just there, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. So I guess another tip right there to anybody watching is that the product may not be even a product that you need yourself. It may be a product that somebody else in your life needs it, and then you kind of touch it. I think security is coming here. Hello.
Take two. we got kicked out. So we want to continue the story. Alex, you kind of left off. You started Luxy Hair, Mimi was making videos, and then you got into the business. Go ahead.
Exactly. So I guess going to the actual channel and how everything started, it really was starting out with the kind of vision of dream of having a business and a channel and having a YouTube channel to grow the business.
Yep.
And of course, with everything, it's always like we've also discussed over lunch is in a way of doing it in an authentic manner, because what we believe is the age of like selling directly or, you know, pitching, or as I call like QVC selling, you know, like, hey, would you like this product? And there's 3 easy payments and like it's $29.99 and all that stuff, and like trying to pitch the product directly to people. I thought it's outdated. This is 2010 because people love to buy, but they hate being sold to. And I really believe, especially YouTube, and that's where a lot of, especially now, corporates and businesses understand. They're like, holy crap, this is an amazing platform. But we always came with about it from an authentic voice, and that's why we created a product that we can actually stand behind for and say, you know what, Mimi's like, I love this product, I actually use it myself, and I want other people to know about it as well. And that's how kind of the business and the YouTube channel kind of grew together.
Absolutely. And you know, I know that in addition to what you do on YouTube with Luxy Hair, that you've got 2 other books as well. Now, you know, we don't have to go into it, but can you tell me about, you know, some of the other passion projects that both you and Mimi are, taking on right now?
Of course. Well, our other business is called Intelligent Change, and this is a business that we started with our other business partner, UJ Ramdas. And UJ is kind of a friend of mine. And actually, the way we became friends is that he actually wanted to start a business. And he's like kind of found us because we were through mutual friends. He's like, hey, you guys are doing these cool things and you have these businesses. I want to do the same. How do I do it? And I'm like, this guy's kind of weird. But he was a really genuine guy. He was actually had some background into like hypnotherapy and just psychology and human behavior. So we became really good friends, and as we were talking, like I said, I always believe in not just to create products just to make money, but create something that you actually yourself want to use. I think those are really the best businesses and the best products, is when you create something that you generally use yourself, or like in say my example of Luxy Hair, somebody that uses that they love, and you help support that, but always coming from a genuine need. So me and UJ were kind of one day, we're just walking, we would do these epic long like walks as friends, talking about life and business, and the topic of journaling came about. And then we asked him, he had this really long journaling technique, like an hour in the morning and an hour at night. I'm like, UJ, I don't have an hour, like 2 hours a day to journal.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? I'm like 5 minutes. How about 5 minutes? What can we do in 5 minutes? And then we kind of just thought about it and grouped things together of just happiness, gratitude, and then we created the 5-minute journal. And that really in itself became like a movement now in a way. It's like, it's also doing really great.
Huge. I mean, even Tim Ferriss, someone we both respect and admire, talks about the 5-minute journal, and that's exactly what you're referencing.
Exactly.
Right?
And going back to like, some people also ask like, how do you get Tim Ferriss to talk about your product? And once again, going to the main important point. If you create a product that you genuinely love and actually brings value not only to yourself but to others, it's all about the product. Marketing and all that, it's like, it's important, but if your product is good and people resonate to it and you create it for a certain type of user, which is most important, like yourself, the product will sell itself. Because for example, when let's say Tim got it, he was like, who are these guys? Why are they giving me this? You know, like even now, like people come up to you like, hey, Benji, here's my, and you're like, whatever, like they want me to promote it. But if you look at it, you're like, this is actually kind of cool. Like this is something that I want to actually maybe use and practice in my own life. And that's what really happened with that product, and other people picked it up, and that's really, really great. The new product is the productivity planner. And once again, a product born really out of like what we really want to have in our life. Like we have businesses, we need to stay productive. What's a system, what's a way for us to be more productive? And then we create that. So all of our, like even all of our businesses now that we really create, they're always really born out of that, your own need. It's like, you know, I really want this to exist in the world. How do I bring it into reality?
Awesome. Yeah, and we'll put the links down below to all those products in the info box. This is the lightning round. Boom, boom, boom. One book you think every influencer should read?
Linchpin by Seth Godin.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Person you most trust with a secret?
Mimi, my wife.
Good answer. Last thing you grabbed out of the fridge?
Apple butter, organic, really good stuff.
Favorite place in the whole world?
Amalfi Coast, Italy.
Cat or dog?
Dog. Mimi's gonna be like, no, I'm one cat.
If you could have one thing in a zombie apocalypse, what would that be?
No zombies.
I like it. No one's ever said that. Okay, your go-to comfort food?
Kale. I'm serious.
Kale? Like what? You just
I love kale. I'm serious.
you, like just regular raw
No,
kale?
one of my favorite things, like a salad, gusto kale salad in Toronto. It's one of my favorite things.
Dang, man, you must. Yeah, that's cool. No, like kale, anything. There's no rules to this. Favorite memory with Mimi?
For me, every moment is like favorite. I'm just being real.
Mimi. Favorite podcast and favorite YouTube channel?
Favorite podcasts, probably still Tim Ferriss.
Dude, me too, man.
Yeah. And favorite YouTube channel? So right now it's like Casey. He's trending.
Oh yeah, Casey.
Yeah, Casey's trending. Casey Neistat. He's pulling he's bringing the fire.
I think one of the things that you bring to our channel that I think a lot of our viewers would really value is how do you make money off of YouTube? What would be your advice for that? If you were to just give general advice for a viewer watching this, I want to either start a YouTube channel for their business or are a YouTuber.
It might sound counterintuitive, but you can't be thinking about money. And this is really important.
Yep.
Although, for example, when we came in, that was like a really, we were desperate. We weren't making money. We were in debt. There was a lot of things going on. We weren't in a nice place to be. However, what really changed everything for us is still coming from a place of like wanting to deliver value. It's very easy to brush off and be like, that's not how you make money. Like, tell me the real, the goods. Tell me like how it is. If you're gonna be a content creator and you wanna grow as a content creator, the people that really grow are not the people who go to YouTube platforms and community to take. And that's very important. Yeah, I really believe the people who are one of the biggest are the people who want to bring the most value. Whether it be as Judy or Michelle Fons or anybody else, they're always looking for a way, like, how can I bring in more? How can I create something that people will resonate with? It's not like, okay, how can I maximize the value for myself? Yeah. And I think switching that really attitude and frame of reference really helps you kind of just be on that path. Totally. And then kind of bringing it back to the actual money aspect and how do you actually draw money is that when you draw enough value, opportunities will start coming to you. The thing is, like, once again, it's like, oh, like really, how does that happen? But like, it's coming from a place within. And if you're desperate, you're hungry, people will feel like you're desperate, you're hungry, and they're not gonna want to even watch you, resonate with you. Because as humans, like, we talk, and I'm talking right now, but most of the language that even you guys perceive now is our body language. It's like, is the person being genuine? And we talked about it also over lunch. Like, there's a lot of influencers who are doing a lot of sponsorships. It's okay to do sponsorships if they're aligned with you as a person and authentic to you. I'm not against sponsorships, but the most important thing is, like, if you're being authentic, if you're bringing value. What happened to us, like, 2 years into the business, I started thinking, okay, like, we're now growing like crazy, like, but I'm like, we're not special. We're doing something interesting here, but it's not, there must be a formula to this. And I started observing ourselves, and I started observing other creators who are creating. I was like, what is this? And I brought this down to 4 letters. Okay. Right? And I actually brought it down, like I said, mentioned before, is the formula is called QVCA, 4 letters. And the reason I call it QVCA is because the biggest shopping network in the world, even right now, is QVC actually. They make billions of dollars, but I think they're on a decline. That's not how really e-commerce and selling or just commerce in general will be continuing. So back to the thing, QVCA, really simple, quality, number 1. So if you're creating content, you have to think about quality. But don't think about quality as, why I bring that first, a lot of people don't start creating because they think, I need like this really expensive camera, I need like 2 camera angles, like a really wicked mic. But in reality, that's actually gonna hurt you. So the most important, quality is important. Know the basics of video. So know the basics of audio. You get a regular, onboard mic.
HD.
HD. Get a nice little mic going. If you're doing like a sitting setup, or if you're vlogging, get one of the, let's say, new Canon G7X, or even the lower ones. There's still really great cameras, kind of point and shoots coming on the market. The quality, just know the basics. Meaning, like, right now we're outside in natural light. It's overcast. This is actually beautiful light. Don't be in harsh lights. Just study the basics of quality. Just that, but don't overdo it and don't do it too low. Because if people can't hear you, if they can't see you, then you won't be able to translate your message. So number 1, quality. Number 2 is what we just talked about now, is value. to grow, whether it be in business or to grow your content, you have to deliver value. The only reason people will tune into you is because they're getting some sort of value. Because guys, you have to, this is what I would tell people all the time. Nobody cares about you, nobody cares about me, nobody cares about you. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
People are still looking out for themselves. What I mean by that is, people are looking to somehow serve their own needs.
Yep.
That's still how it works.
Yep.
And if you can be the person who actually, like most of the people in the world who try to just take for themselves, and be the person who actually tries to give to other people, you actually become the 1%er. You know, in a way of actually the person who actually gives value.
Yeah, and you know, Judy, that's how she started. In the beginning of YouTube, there was really like a small knit community of people just sharing tips and tricks
on beauty.
Yeah,
no money, no sponsorship,
and they were totally just trying to deliver value without ever thinking like that.
Yeah.
Because Judy didn't start out with like a business model. She didn't even start out thinking like this is something I'm going to make money. She just like, I want to share tips that I know I would have appreciated if I'm at the beginning of my beauty, passion.
Exactly.
Stage, So,
just helping, that's what it really is, helping people as back in the small community. So value. Okay, so we got quality, we got value. The last two are the most important, because even if you have quality, even if you bring value, if you don't do the last two, you're done.
It's really important.
So here's what they are: consistency. See consistency, because a lot of people, they'll make like 5 videos and be like, oh, I'm getting 5 views, 10 views.
It's better to make 1 a week versus 10 in the first week of the year.
Exactly. So you keep it consistent. Do 1 video a week. Challenge yourself to say, okay, for the next year, and you have to commit to a long time. Don't expect things to really happen. It's like planting seeds. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I don't know, make a bet with friends, do something silly. I don't know what to be accountable, to be consistent. And to put out content once a week. And you know that as well as somebody.
Daily vlogger. I mean, like even before the daily vlog, Judy was putting out content consistently every single week for years. And in fact, like before she ever made money, it was like a good 1.5 2 years. So,
exactly. But because at the beginning, I'm sure like you guys brought it, like she brought it, especially because she just wanted to make that content.
Exactly.
But being consistent. And last just point on consistency, have a still consistent message. For example, Luxy Hair was really successful because we just focused on one thing, which is hair, and we became like the biggest hair channel. Like you go here to learn about hair, or it can be about maybe entertainment, or it can be maybe if you're a daily vlogger, like that's vlogging, that's one thing, but have a certain kind of focus that people will know you for, and that will also enable you to better be able to transition to a product if you choose to do that. So consistency. And the last point, and I saved this for last, so we went quality, value, consistency. Last point, this is the most important point. You can do everything else that I just said before. If you don't have this last point, you're not gonna survive, in my opinion. And you can, and somebody who's has big channels, you can say if this is true or not. Last point is authenticity. I really believe the age that we're in right now, and the reason, for example, you guys are successful.
The reason for the success of YouTubers in general,
is authenticity. People want to tune in or watch people who are real. Because what we miss, what we're craving as people, is that human connection. Because the reality, a lot of us don't even have real human connections in our own lives.
Even reality TV is so far from being real, and that's why YouTubers, especially daily vloggers, really connect. And that's the number one thing that's driven us. Is like not how to be authentic. We just are authentic. We're not trying to like play a character or role. Like we're just ourselves.
Exactly, and it's always like. I recently also started vlogging, and part of the reason is actually, it actually allows me, it helps me to, when you film yourself, you actually have to observe yourself. And you actually become more self-aware of who you are as a person, and see bring out the authenticity in you. It's actually really hard but useful exercise to do. So just to wrap everything up, quality, value, consistency, authenticity. You do those, you'll become like Benji right here.
Thank you so much, Alex. That was way more than I was even expecting. I mean, I knew that you had so much insight, so much wisdom, and a lot of good tricks and tips for the YouTubers. However, I mean, like everything you're saying is exactly how we've lived our life in terms of creating content, being YouTubers. So thank you so much. We're gonna put all the links down below. Comment below on what your favorite tip was. Make sure you subscribe. Check out Alex Ikonn's YouTube channel. Mimi also has a channel. We'll put all that stuff down below. Anything you want to leave the audience with?
Just gratitude. Like really, thank you guys, and I really appreciate it. And I think if you're here at this end, you're at this part, just take action on what we're saying here, because the most important thing for you to do next is actually take action.
Do it.
Because you can listen all you want, do all you want, but the biggest lessons you'll receive is actually when you start doing stuff.
Boom.
All this is all private and the Pedway right. We just got kicked out.
We gotta move, we got kicked out. Yeah. Because you don't want to just be part of like a big giant, but...
So,
All right, back after the helicopter break.